Hi guys, welcome to my video build of the Lancaster Dambuster. This is the first part of the build, and I intend to follow the instruction step by step. So this is this will be the step one, where step one calls for building of the pilot's seat. And what I usually use is, like everybody else, the Tamiya extra thin cement. And also I cut my parts out from a sprue with the what I consider the best plastic cutter in the world. This is the gold hand cutter, and it's very sharp, and and the blade is very thin, and it can get into really tight area and cut out very small parts. So now I'm gonna cut out all the parts I need for step one. When I cut the piece out, I usually leave a bit of the gate with the parts, and then after I take it, cut it out completely, then I will trim the gate out from the part. Now this is why this cutter is so good, because you can cut almost all the way to the edge of the parts, and with minimum amount of cleanup to do. And now you can have a look at the parts where I cut the gate from using this cutter. And well, I zoom even closer. You can see that the blade, the little the gate, is being cleaned up pretty flush to the part. Even for this tiny bit of amount, this cutter is still able to clean it up. See? So that's why I think, you know, this is one of the best cutter for modeling. Oh, it's too tight, so it's the focus. Cannot get it focused. So what I want to do is to assemble the parts as it is, and then show you, you know, each step, the joints that you can get from these parts without any modification of of the part. For general sanding works, I like to make my own sanding stick, if you will. I mount sanding paper, different grades of sanding paper on foam board. In my office, we use a lot of these foam board, and there's a lot of unused one, which I usually just took them home and use them as my sanding stick. Usually what I do is just cut out whatever thickness I would like to use. Well, my knife is not too sharp, but anyways, it's good enough. And I use my homemade sanding stick to clean up the parts. And I think you probably seen enough sanding video on YouTube, so I'm gonna do this off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the complete seat. Okay, after a quick cleanup, the parts are ready to be put together. So I'll start the building of the seats now. Well, I always try to apply the glue at the inside of the joint where it doesn't show after the parts are glued together. So I apply the glue in the Okay, as I come to these two pieces of supports for the bottom of the seat, I realized there's no location pins. Since I do not know the height of the pins here are correct, so what I do is I cut out the bottom of the carpet where the seat is supposed to go, and then I fit the two supports onto the location. As I test fit the seat onto the supports, I realized those pins should be cut away. So what I'll do is I will cut these 4 pins off from the parts. And give it a slight sanding. So it's flat. And then I put it back onto this carpet base and use this as a jig. Use this as a jig to glue the seat onto the supports. Some glue here, some glue here. Okay guys, the seat has been fully assembled, and just with the kids parts and only with some cleanup of the molding line on the parts, and you can see how everything fit together and how the seat looks like with just the kids parts. And maybe the next thing I'll do is put the to glue the safety harness on, and I'll show you again when it's done. Okay, here is the seat completed, and I've put the Photo-Etch seatbelt on, and I try to fold it into a more natural fabric kind of look. And once again, I have not do any filling, just some sanding, and then simply put the parts together. This is how it looks like. Okay guys, I have finished step 1, 2, and 3 of the instruction, and here they are. Step 1 is the seat. Step 2 is this part. these are the radios on the desk of the radio operator, I believe. And thirdly, step 3 is this part. I don't know what they are, but anyways, this is step 3 with some air tanks and some hosting and stuff like that. This is completion of step 2. Since I need to paint it later, so some of the parts are just stick together with glue tack. And then this is the completion of step 3. And here is a closer look at the join line of the parts here of this step. I simply glue them together and then wait for it to dry and then give it a light sand, and that's how it looked like. When I primed it with primer, then we can really see how the fit of the parts is. Okay, this concludes the part 1 of my video build of Hong Kong models Lancaster Dambuster, and please stay tuned for my part 2 of the build, and I hope to post it up as soon as possible. Okay, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.